All right. While Katie's in Goblin, I think we should go over the announcement for today. Okay, so SDF put out an announcement right here on the bottom. Hello, everyone. The next hotfix will be applied this Friday UTC. I don't know what Friday UTC means, but maybe he means like midnight UTC. We'll see. Maybe early morning Friday. It seems like they're doing early morning patches like Eastern Standard, a little bit more, but we'll see. The item drop rate has ended. The drop rate test has ended and will be adjusted to an appropriate level. We also plan to start testing new leaderboard systems with the first iteration, calculating rankings using a new method with the hotfix. So I got a couple of thoughts on this. One, it makes sense that they're going to try and like nerf the drop rate stuff, if only because the idea behind the drop rates being as high as they were was to test and see what it was like for PvP and all that stuff. I think the reason why they're nerfing it is because the economy is a mess. Like golden keys are like 7,000 gold right now, and gold bars last night were like 1,100. Now for whatever reason they're like being sold for 6. I don't know what happened there, but a lot of people like all of a sudden they just got devalued to hell. So I don't know what the deal is with that. I just know that there's a ton of gold floating around because people are walking out of runs with like 300, 400, 500 gold worth of treasure, and then using that to buy items, which is great because you can get some pretty good items on the cheap, and you can run pretty cheap kits. But it's messing the economy up like pretty bad because there's so much gold in circulation now. But the other side of this is that guys that are playing like way more cash and don't have the ability to play this game for a living are going to end up feeling starved for gear again, and the gear disparity thing is going to become another problem. The gear disparity stuff between like low gear to high gear was a whole lot more comfortable for people because they could find blues and greens and stuff inside of like coffins. Like normal coffins were dropping blues, normal chests were dropping blues. So they had the ability to find like halfway decent gear on maps in order to be able to combat the dudes that had tons of juice. And you actually had a feeling of, at least me, had a feeling of you could kind of sort of outplay them. You could kind of sort of beat them even if they had like really good gear, just because you had the ability to itemize out a few key items that would give you like a little bit more damage, a little bit more survivability. And then it became less about how much gear you had for the majority of the fights, and a lot more about like positioning and strategy and stuff like you would want it to be. With this, it means that the guys that have been playing day in and day out since the start will have gotten like an abundance of halfway decent stuff that they're going to have socked away, of course. And once the switch gets thrown, anybody that is or was a little bit more starved on gear, or somebody that's a little bit newer, is going to be at a severe disadvantage to everyone that was getting tons of stuff before. So I can see how it makes sense that they want to change this, but I can also see how this is going to hurt people. And really, it just comes down to guys that don't have a lot of time, you know? Because I think like there's obviously a correlation between how much time you spend in this game and how much better you get at this game. But the guys that are learning how to play this, as you know, they commonly respond in my YouTube comments when they're getting rolled by guys that have amazing gear and normals and whatnot, it becomes a problem. So I don't know if this is going to be an answer. I hope it's not final, because they need to figure out a way to keep the gold sinks in so that there isn't a ton of money just like in the hands of the player base where dudes. I saw a guy, I'm not even joking, I saw a guy a couple of days ago that sent me screenshots. He has 3 accounts full of characters. He's not an RMT guy. He's not buying anything. He's got 3 accounts that are full of characters, and 2 of those accounts, all of the characters that he has that he leveled to 15, all are full of golden keys. Like, that's how much money is floating around in this game. It's insane. So they definitely have to do something about that. I don't know. Again, I don't know what the answer is, but at some point they got to figure it out. But yeah, so that's, I mean, it looks like that's going to be a nerf. So there you go.
Good morning, shalom.
Anyway, all right.